Madam President, I rise today to pay tribute to one of Idaho's legendary ranchers and conservationists, Leonard N. Purdy, who is known to all of us as Bud Purdy. Bud passed away on April 14th at the age of 96 at his home on Silver Creek in Picabo, Idaho. Bud never called himself a cowboy, but when I think of an Idaho cowboy, Bud is the one who frequently comes to mind. As many have said, he was the definition of the values we attribute to cowboys: hard work, common sense, persistence, determination, faith in others, honesty, and to me, a true friend. Bud demonstrated these every day in life on the ranch, at the store and grain business he owned, and especially among family, friends, and in the community. I think the love of ranching was just in his blood, an inherited thing. You see, after graduating from Washington State University in Pullman, Bud went to work on his grandfather's ranch. He worked his way up to managing the Picabo Ranch, and then he bought it. He also bought the Picabo Store and Silver Creek Supply, a grain elevator and seed business. Bud was known by all for his love of the cattle industry. He enjoyed moving cattle, riding the fences, moving and checking water, some of which he did long after most would have retired. He was a real Idaho cowboy. In fact, Bud helped get the Idaho Cattle Association started, where he served as president and was a long-time member of the board. Bud was one of the larger-than-life Idahoans who helped make the Gem State a great place to live, work, and play. Working the land for livestock grazing, Bud recognized the value of conserving for future generations. So some 20 years ago, he donated a 3,500-acre conservation easement along Silver Creek to the Nature Conservancy, a contribution valued at $7 million. Yet Bud, true to his character, did not even take the associated tax deduction. Clearly, like he valued the land, Bud valued Idaho. He had natural leadership talent, which was called on time and again in the community and industry organizations. Serving on the Idaho Rangeland Committee and the National Bureau of Land Management Advisory Council, Bud also gave time to foundations of the University of Idaho and College of Southern Idaho and the Blaine County Medical Center. In addition, he helped raise funds for the new St. Luke's Hospital. Bud also helped establish the Idaho Association of Commerce and Industry, where he also served as chairman. IACI, as it's known, is a strong and well-respected group fostering business interests in Idaho. Amazingly, Bud found time for hunting, skiing, fishing, and flying. Among those who hosted, hunted, and skied with, that he hunted and skied with were Ernest Hemingway, Jimmy Stewart, and Gary Cooper, all frequent visitors to his ranch on Silver Creek. Flying became a passion. He checked the ranch from the air and piloted to many meetings across the state and nation. As late as last year, he and his son Nick flew to California to attend a meeting. At the time of Bud's passing, he was the second oldest pilot in Idaho. He once told me he hoped he could fly long enough to be the oldest pilot in Idaho. Unfortunately, he didn't quite make it. But if there are planes in heaven, Bud is definitely flying one today. Among the many honors and awards Bud received are an induction into the Idaho Hall of Fame, an honorary doctorate in range science from the University of Idaho, the Idaho Statesman Distinguished Citizen Award, and serving as Grand Marshal of the 2013 Ketchum Wagon Days Parade. As busy as he was, Bud was always a family man. He and his first wife, Maxine Dahl, had 3 children, Nick, Mark, and Chris. Nick continues the family ranching legacy. In 1952, Bud married Ruth Eccles. Her son, Gordon, helped manage the Picabo store. Throughout the years, Bud employed other family members as well. In fact, you could say the town of Picabo is successfully run and managed by the Purdy family. Idaho has lost one of its most beloved and respected citizens, but Idaho and our great nation are better places for the accomplishments and contributions of Bud Purdy. The legacy he leaves the world is one we all would do well to emulate. Bud, a grateful Idaho and nation will miss you. Thank you, Madam President.